morning, guys. We're out here today in the garden and I am over here by my archway. I have got most of my cucumbers and squashes. I've got zucchini down here at the very end on this side of my archway that I built. In the front here is a bunch of garlic, and we're just going to work on this bed a little bit. It's actually looking really good. I have not been able to get outside much this week. It was a very busy week at work, so I literally just came out like every other day to get my strawberries harvested and just make sure nothing was falling over or down or going terribly wrong. So I'm just going to do a couple little things in this bed. The first of them is I am trying to encourage these cucumbers to go ahead and climb up the trellis here. In order to do that, I am just kind of finding where they have started to put out their little tendrils, their curlicues, whatever you want to call them, and wrapping them over towards this trellis or around this trellis if I can manage it, if they are long enough. If they're tall enough, I'll also thread them through kind of the trellis part here to try and encourage them to grow up instead of out this year. We'll see how that works. It's also really exciting because I came out here this morning and realized that I have a bunch of flowers here on them and the tiniest little starts of cucumbers. So we are starting to get into the season for cucumbers, and that will be super nice, and hopefully we'll get some fresh ones soon. As far as our onions go, these guys I had to bury a little bit deeper, so we're going to come in and go ahead and do some spooning around them to hopefully encourage them to produce a large onion. It is something I got from the 1870s homestead. Rachel likes to do that with her onions, and I had a great success rate with it last year. I got some really nice sized onions. So we're going to do that real quick and get this bed kind of shipshape after a week of neglect from me. In order to spoon your onions, all you really need to do is just clear out, first of all, any of the weeds that happen to be growing, but also just the dirt around the base of the onion. This means that the dirt won't get out of the way of the onion when it is trying to grow outward. And usually you just kind of chuck the dirt out of your way. And like I said, these guys are buried a little bit deeper, so usually I don't have to do as much work, especially with my bed of onions, my whole bed of onions. These guys were just kind of an afterthought, and they just kind of need a little extra help here. So I just wanted to show you guys real quick how well my corn is doing. This is a variety called On Deck that was specifically made to be put into planter pots, and so far it has been doing really well. I think I am definitely going to meet the general corn rule of knee high by July. It is well over my knee height as it is, and it has just started producing, I think they're called the silks, or the corn, the flowering part of the corn up here at the top. So I am extremely happy and really glad to see it doing so well. So something I have been keeping a close eye on has been my garlic. I have never successfully grown garlic before, so I am not quite sure when it is ready. I'm just unfamiliar with it. So I did Google it. It does sound like you are waiting for these lower leaves to turn brown, and I have several stalks now that are at that point. So I'm going to go ahead and dig one up and see how we are doing. There we go, guys. We have a beautiful garlic bulb here. It feels firm, like it is completely filled, like there's no gaps in the cloves, which would indicate that it's not ready yet. So I think this is good to go. I won't be able to harvest the rest of these today. I have to go to work. So I will actually probably come back tomorrow and kind of find all the ones I think are ready to go that have their leaves completely browned here on the bottom, and go ahead and get those pulled up. For now, this I'm just going to set out to dry for a couple days and to cure. It is getting ready to storm here, guys, so I am going to wrap this up, but I did want to give you guys an update on how our peppers are doing. As you can see, they have really filled out over the last 2 weeks or so. Most of them are producing buds here and getting ready to produce some peppers for us. These ones in the front are the ones that we cut, and as you can see, they have completely recovered from their fairly drastic trim that we gave them right before we planted them out. So I'm looking forward to hopefully a really nice pepper crop this year. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time.